Rick Santorum's superfunder. There's a guy named Foster Friess. He went on MSNBC and he said, I don't understand all the controversy over contraception and birth control and abortions. When I was younger, women would put an aspirin between their knees, and it was a really cheap way to prevent kids. Take a look at what he had to say.
Do you have any concerns about some of his comments on social issues, on contraception, on women in combat, and whether or not that would hurt his viability in a general election campaign? Would he be the nominee?
Well, I get such a chuckle when these things come out. Here we have millions of our fellow Americans unemployed. We have jihadist camps being set up in Latin America, which Rick has been warning about, and people seem to be so preoccupied with sex. I think it says something about our culture. We maybe need a massive therapy session so we can concentrate on what the real issues are. This contraceptive thing, my gosh, it's such inexpensive. You know, back in my days, they used bare aspirin for contraceptives. The gals put it between their knees, and it wasn't that costly.
Excuse me, I'm just trying to catch my breath from that, Mr. Friess, frankly. But at the same time, what about some of...
All right, so Andrea Mitchell is a little bit flabbergasted, but why is she moving on to a different topic? That's really the topic we should be talking about. What on earth are you talking about?
I mean, not just is that something incredibly stupid to say, but first he says he's angry at people for not talking about the real issues, and then he brings this up. Oh,
absolutely. And so she should have stayed on that topic. The thing is, he's talking about aspirin for contraception. I thought headaches were a form of contraception, Lewis. I'm confused now about what this guy's talking about.
It's a very confusing statement.
It is. And you know what? Lynchings were condoned in the 19th century too. Let's go back to conventional wisdom on that one. If we're going to just pick and choose things that used to be done. I mean, why stop with a bare aspirin between people's knees?
Would not surprise me if this guy is all about lynchings.
I'll be honest, I wouldn't. We have no evidence of that, of course. You just wouldn't be surprised.
Yeah, right.
Let's be clear. When I heard this, I didn't even know what was meant. Like, I didn't understand if an aspirin between the knees was a euphemism for, inserting an aspirin. I honestly had no idea what this guy was talking about.
Between your knees so that your legs are closed.
It's incredible what's happening here. But that's Rick Santorum's superfunder. So if you're wondering who gives money to Rick Santorum, that's kind of the perfect example.
Yeah, I think the textbook example.